How you doing, everybody? Again, this is Jareel. Before I begin, I just want to thank the ancestors, the celestials. 13 love to you all. Definitely want to give my deepest respect to all those who are listening to this, as well as my deepest compassion to my elders, to the ancestors who are in me. Earlier today, the family and I had a really great time going out and spending time with nature. And just looking around, looking into the sun, talking to some of our children's friends that came by, thinking it was a weird thing, to see us plant our feet in the ground. So my child was a little nervous of his appearance and how he was feeling about, his friends looking at him, sticking his feet in the dirt. So I kind of smiled and I told him, I was like, why are you so worried about what people think about you? And that's the thing about it. Why is everybody so worried about what people think about you? If you really sit down and you just take one moment of your time and just think for one moment, just say about 5 seconds. If they worried about you, how much do they know about themselves for them to put that tension on you to make you look like you the villain? Think about that for a moment. If they're passing a certain judgment on you because they think it's weird, they think it's not normal, then what does that tell you about them? So, Mother wants me to ask you guys something. You open up these books, you read all these books, all these novels. What good has it done so far to help her out? You read all these novels and all these books. You so-called have all this knowledge, but yet you don't even pay no attention to her. It really saddens my heart to see a people of powerful persuasion. You have so much greatness in you. You are what we would call the natural child, born of nature, and yet you neglect that what gives you the very breath that you breathe, and that is the earth. Yes, your mother gave you birth, but who gave her birth? And who gave her mother and her mother after her? It was the earth. And yet, you have not sat down and thought about these things? Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. Let's take a look at the English alphabet. We can go ahead and talk about all these different languages, Arabic, Hebrew, and all this other stuff. But that's nonsense. We could talk about English. It's nonsense. But I do want to give just one thing to you guys that maybe it should put some kind of thought to your head. Again, the whole planet speaks of different speeches, different tones, different frequencies. But yet, damn near every single language that's spoken uses the English letters. And yet, they call themselves Chinese, they call themselves Spanish, they call themselves English, England. They call themselves French, and all these other different so-called personalities that they were named by the beast. Didn't think about that, huh? Yeah. The one who rules is the one who educates. Downplay. Checkmate. So now, look at all these different speeches, yet at the same time, damn near 85% of the languages is all English letters in the first place, but yet they got different titles? Now, come on. Have you not noticed that? So, again, I want to give you one other thing here. Or rather, I should say a few more things. Let's take this into account. A male's penis erects. Okay? A male's penis erects. In other words, it gets hard. For you older ears out there, if you don't know what erect means, okay? But anyway, a male's penis gets hard. Others go wimp. Your mom tells you, stop being hard-headed. In other words, up here, hard-headed. But yet, your penis gets hard, which is your head on your penis gets hard. And then your mother tells you, stop being hard-headed. Put those together and you tell me, what do you have? At the same time, your mom slaps the back of your neck and tells you to think. And then, if you don't think, she slaps you on your ass. Now put those two together. Everything has a reflection and everything has a meaning. So, if you're a wimp, and if your penis goes wimp, then what does that tell you? If you can't think, what does that tell you? Yeah, once again, you know how your mom tells you to grow up, and when you get at that certain age, you know, if you keep on acting up, you know, your dad will like kick your ass out of the house. Usually like around like 16 years old. That like kind of like happened to me. I got so damn cocky at the age of 16. I told my father that I was a grown man. And he told me, he says, since your black ass think you all that grown, I'm going to kick your ass out. So he threw me out the house at the age of 16. My mom, on the other hand, was so upset with them, she couldn't really, you know, comprehend what my dad was doing. But then it hit her. She's like, I see why you did that. So that way he could see his wrongdoings. That way he could see what kind of ego and what kind of trip he was on. So that way he'll have to come back home and make ends meet. Well, that's exactly what I did. It took me like about 3 months to come back. I was having such a great time anyway. But, you know, but seriously, on the serious tip, you know, I had to go back home because I saw my ways and how I was treating my family. Well, in the same way, the earth, Mother Earth, acts the same way. Have you noticed all the bushes, all the trees, all the flowers, or the plants? Plants, get it? Planets, plants. The bee hums over the planets, the plants. Before the bee, matter of fact, before the bee lands on the flower, what does it do? It hums. It hums over the plants, and it gets permission to put its feet on solid ground. You can learn things from nature once you get back with Mother. But anyway, it seems like when we not pay attention to Mother Earth, we're not doing what she wants us to do. So she's going to, quote unquote, discipline us for a little bit. She's going to make you feel the heat of what you're going through. She's going to allow you to step out of bounds, and then you're going to have to learn on your own. But seriously, just like the trees, just like the bushes, just like the quote unquote animals, the insects, everything grows up. How come you are not growing up with nature? Good question, huh? So why are you not growing up with nature? Everything has to go up. So you started from one place, and that one place was your mother's thought. Before you was even conceived, you was a thought in your mother. And then when daddy came along, he just activated that thought. So basically, he just planted a seed in your mother. And when that seed took root, it started growing. It grew up. Just like the grass. Where's all the seeds coming from? Why there's so much grass around the planet? And who's planting all these seeds? It's definitely not man. It's nature. Okay? It's nature that's planting all these seeds. So, again, if you're not growing up with nature, you are getting yourself thrown out. Get it? If you're not growing up, you're getting thrown out. So, you can do one thing, or you can even do two things if you want. The first thing is to grow up. The second thing, not to grow up and get your ass thrown out. So, would you rather grow up and be like a tree, like a bush, like a blade of grass, like the insects, like the animals, and like even the sky? Because the sky is up, which is what? Growing up. So, would you like to be like that, or would you rather be thrown out? See, to be thrown out, it's not a good thing. You can be cocky, you can go ahead and smile, you can LOL all you want. But when it comes down to the point where you're not being spiritual, growing up, because spiritual is a spiral, it means to spin. That's why you got the word S-P-I-R, spur. Get it? Spin. Spur, spin. Just like a spur on a cowboy's boots, that little spoke, that little circle. Those same circles are in your back chakras. Those are your chakras. You have at least 13 chakras in your body. And if those things ain't spinning, ain't spiraling, you're getting thrown out. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that, huh? So again, people, either you can grow up or get thrown out. This is your choice. No one can argue with you, because I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to even try to persuade you. Yes, you may think that this video is trying to persuade you or trying to convert you. No. Christians convert. Muslims convert. All religions convert. I don't convert. The reason why, because I got no damn cons. Get it? Convert. Convict. I don't have no cons. So, I do these things for one thing and one thing only. Because I love mother. And I listen to my mother very well. Yes, I am a mother's son. I am a mother's son. I am a child. I am not a kid. Kid backwards is dick. So why is daddy always talking about his damn kids? His dicks. See, I'm a child. And a child is Chi, L-N-D. Chi as energy, light of darkness. I am a dark child. I am a divine, natural being of light, which is sunlight, which is nature. A natural being.